This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 1649, The Power of an Online-Only Savings Account by Tiffany Aliche of the Budgetnista.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. This is the show where I narrate posts from thought leaders in personal finance every single day of the year in 10 minutes or less. If you're someone who wants to keep good personal finance practices top of mind, but you don't have the time to read all the various blogs out there, then this show is for you. And if you like this idea of reading blogs to you for free, it'd be great if you could share this podcast with someone today. That would be greatly appreciated. But for now, let's hear today's post and start optimizing your life. The Power of an Online-Only Savings Account by Tiffany Aliche of the Budgetnista.com. Saving money isn't always fun. There, I said it. And when you have to rely on yourself to take the money that's sitting oh so prettily in your checking account and manually move it over to a savings account at your same bank a few doors down from your forever BFF checking account, it's even less fun. The usual cycle is to unhappily move a few dollars over from checking to savings when you remember, let it sit there in savings for a bit, and then end up transferring it back to your checking account because of a new want or need that's going to cost a few more bucks than you have available in your checking account. Time to break the no-save cycle, yes? Especially now, in these uncertain economic times, savings should move to the top of the to-do list. Why? Because having money tucked away in savings is a key component to help you ride the waves of any future economic turbulence. Great news! I have an easy peasy solution to help you overcome all the savings drama. It starts with your savings mindset. Savings mindset. One of the biggest obstacles to successful saving is you. Yes, you. Taking yourself, no shade, out of the equation is key to sticking to your savings goals. Many of us have the mindset that saving is hard, but it doesn't have to be. A really great and effective way to tackle the stress of it all is to take small, simple, and automated steps to consistently form savings habits that crush your financial goals. And another key to saving like a pro is to make your money inconvenient, because as I love to say, inconvenient money gets saved. What is inconvenient money? It's money that you save in an online-only savings account. Online-only savings account magic. Online-only savings accounts are my jam. Here are just a few reasons why. Number 1, inconvenience. It takes 24 hours or more to transfer your money from an online-only savings account back to your current bank account. This makes your money inconvenient and less likely to be touched. The mandatory waiting period will stop impulse spending of your savings in its tracks. Pro power move. Make sure you don't open a checking account at the same bank where your savings account is. That would totally blow the critical inconvenience element and make it faster to transfer funds and use them. This is no bueno and will encourage unplanned spending. Number 2, higher interest rates. Online-only savings accounts often have a higher interest rate than traditional banks. They can offer to give you a few more coins in interest because they don't have to maintain the costs, like paying rent, associated with traditional brick-and-mortar banks. This means you make more money on your money. Please keep in mind that the interest rates fluctuate based on federal regulations, so be on the lookout for any drastic downgrades to your current interest rate and be prepared to pack up and move for a better rate elsewhere if you're inclined to. And number 3, lower fees. Online-only savings accounts tend to have lower fees, and some have no fees at all. This is a key advantage because you can earn interest on your savings without having to pay sneaky account maintenance fees. Also, many online accounts are known to waive overdraft fees, have no minimum deposit or balance requirements, and will allow a certain number of free ATM withdrawals at their banks. Pro power move. Automate, automate, automate. Take the thinking out of the equation and automate your savings. Set up a certain amount to automatically transfer from your checking account to your online savings account at a regular interval. If you have to start with $5 to $10 a month, do that. The key is to get started and form the savings habit, no matter the amount. Before I go, I couldn't leave you hanging and not give you a few tips for finding the best online-only savings account. Here's what to look for when scoping out a place to park your savings. An A grade on my favorite comparison site, magnifymoney.com. It should be FDIC insured. You should look for the highest interest rate offered and the lowest deposit required to open an account and earn the interest rate advertised. The best online-only savings accounts will check all 4 boxes. I hope I now have you convinced that online-only savings accounts are the way to go. You just listened to the post titled The Power of an Online-Only Savings Account by Tiffany Aliche of thebudgetnista.com. Does your traditional IRA company only offer public investments like stocks and mutual funds? What if you wanted to invest in other asset classes? Introducing our new partner, Equity Trust. Equity Trust offers administrative and custodial services for tax-advantaged retirement accounts and investor tools that allow you to easily diversify into alternative investments in the private market. Not many people know you have the power to take control of your financial future by investing your retirement account in areas you're excited and passionate about. The numbers don't lie. Historically, alternative assets have resulted in better returns than public market investments by big margins. The secret to unlocking investment freedom is opening a self-directed account with a company that will allow these investments and knows how to handle them. And that's what you have with Equity Trust Company. They were named the best overall self-directed IRA company for 2021 by Investopedia. So unleash your investing potential with Equity Trust today. Learn more and get started by visiting investorunleashed.com/optimal. That's investorunleashed.com/optimal. I completely agree with Tiffany's advice here to get yourself an online-only savings account with a provider that is different from your checking account. I have a high-yield savings account with an online option called Capital One 360. I don't pay any fees and there's no minimum deposit. I set this up years ago, but I haven't hopped around to different providers for a better interest rate because even with a high-yield account, the interest rates are fairly low everywhere. Right now, I'm getting 0.4% interest. And while I could switch to another online bank that offers 0.5% interest, that'll only get me maybe a few extra dollars in interest per month. It's not really worth the hassle of moving my money. For context, I have $28,000 sitting in a high-yield savings account, and I'm earning about $7 in interest per month. It's nothing to write home about. The interest you're earning on your savings account is not the compelling reason to hold cash in a savings account. If you're looking for your money to make money, you should invest it. The reason you want some money in a savings account is for the liquidity. You want to be able to easily access money in an emergency and not have to sell any of your investments at a less than ideal time. That should do it for another edition of Optimal Finance Daily. I'll be back tomorrow as usual, so I'll see you there on the Wednesday show where your optimal life awaits.